I'm going to explain a new Korean drama whose title is going to be My Sweet Mobster. Episode starts with a scene from 2013 where we see some characters. Here we see the main character. His name is Ji Hwan and his father is also Tae-bae, who is the boss of his bullet gang, and there is another man named Yang who is the right-hand man of Tae-bae in the next years. We see that Ang has a separate kitty gang and Jivan has his own bulldog gang. They were about to fight here, but Yang could not do anything. 37 in the next few years, Jivan had changed and he started working as the CEO of the company, and he works to take down criminal organizations and also brings in people who have been in jail and criminals so that their lives can be better. In this, some people are shown who come to this place. Now, who are these people? We will talk about them later. There are many bodies in this place which were of the streets. Later, a man calls Jivan, who is inside the pit. The man is asking whether we have any problem or not. Found it. There are many bodies lying here and all around. There is blood. What should we do? Jivan is talking fast and telling what you have to do. All the men nearby are watching this. Jivan then pretends that something has happened to his feet and then apologizes. The next scene is of a heroine named Eun who is talking to her best friend named Mao and is telling that I have entered the club. Where are you? But Eun is also searching for the club and later says that I have found it. I am coming. Eun also comes to the club and says that I felt that something must have happened to me here. I don't want to come. I haven't even changed my clothes. I'm wearing police clothes. I am going now, but Miho refuses to do so and is about to come out later, but Eun is here. Miho says to her, "What are you doing here?" Eun says to her, "Did you think I wouldn't come here?" She asks, "How did you enter?" Later we see Aki here that Eun had covered herself with her clothes and later went inside, and the security guard says nothing. Eun was inside. Later I was inside. Mayo asks, "Where are you going? If you go like this, tomorrow I will find your photo in the news." Eun says, "Okay, I will go to the bathroom first," and then Jivan comes to the same place where Eun had gone and remembers a thing where the team had said that Eun is not in a storage room. Maybe she is using the other again. Jivan is looking at his waiter and Eun came out of the bathroom and she got confused by one of her men, and then she is about to fall, but Jiva saves her with his Eun is some candy which had fallen down. Later they get a shock. Jivan helps him and gives him candy. Eun also says sorry and later goes away. There are some men. One man is saying to another man that Jivan has come now. Jivan is shown standing in front of the train and is about to take the bottle, but then Kangol comes and says, "What are you doing?" and later sends the waiter, but Jivan stops the waiter and later he is taking the bottle, but Kangol takes the bottle again. Jivan is saying here that I feel that the bottle is something special. A scene is being shot. When he was looking at the drug earlier, he was putting the drug in this bottle. He says to Kangli that, "By the way, why are you here?" Jivan later shows the photo and says that this is the Yantra unit. "I am looking for this here," but here Kangli says that we don't know this. Knowing this, Kangli later asks him to leave. But Jivan doesn't let this happen. Kangli later pushes the driver and the bottle falls down. Kangli later hits him and says that you can't do this in a lustful way, but Jivan stops him and says that this is your employee. Everyone is looking at the Eun. Eun also comes here and says to herself that what is the matter now? Eun later sees Jivan and says to herself that this boy is the same one who saved me. Eun later sees here that there was a butter lying down and here this man was lifting the grass. Eun could not tolerate this. She was about to come in between, but I did not let her do that and was taking him like this, but then Eun moves away from the coppersmith. Everyone was looking at and saying that this is the police. Later everyone moved back and Eun came forward. She saw Jivan. She hits him with the hammer, but Jivan says that I have not done anything, I was just helping him, but he does not care about it. She believes that Jivan later looks at his feet and says, "Are you from the police?" "I don't think so." "Where is your ID?" Eun says, "My ID is in my car." Jivan says, "What is the ID doing in the car?" Eun also gets scared and starts backing, but then the real police came and run away from Eun. The police brings Jivan out. Jivan says, "I have not done anything." Then the police sees and says that the car is fake, it is just a toy. Jivan says that you see I was just helping her and this is just a misunderstanding. The girl slapped me and said let me go. Later she is let go and Yuna she is watching it all this and later runs away. Later we see Yuna's scene where we come to know that she is Kit's creator and she has and the kids call her mini sister and Yuna does all this work in Microsoft company. And next we see the CEO of Microsoft company whose name is Mother. He was also talking to Yuna and he is saying that there is a discussion about a toy and Mother is here. He says why did you price this toy so low? It is for the kids, but Bina says it is for the kids, they won't be able to pay much money. But Maya he says you kids don't worry, only worry about yourself and the company. If you continue all this then I can't renew your contract. Next Jivan is shown in this along with his team as Jiwan, who is a CEO of the processing company and the name of the company is Thirstidia. Jivan here is his team where we see the first person who is the general manager of the company. There is also Jessel who is team leader of customer management here. Manho is also here who is the team leader of product development. Hanky is also here who is the marketing team leader and Onji is also here who is the management and support executive assistant. All of them were eating food here. They were talking to Jivan and were saying that the police had caught this work. Who had done this? It is the work of Kati gang. Kamji had done this. Later he showed it to Jivan and was saying that it is a strange fear brother. She looks like that. Later Jivan is seeing this which is like candy and later he remembers that so that girl who had bumped into me. Next, Mayana is shown talking to Mio and she asks me are you still working? You are busy all day means that I have to work more so that I can earn money. And later she says that I have also seen something I will tell you later. Then she comes in front of a restaurant named Hina. Restaurant Iana is now looking at the restaurant but the suppressed Jivan comes out. Iana now hides boy had gone to Pakar from here and later she says that give me money. The boy gave some money. He was hiding his face and Yana was watching everything. Yana then puts on her mask and then when Ji was leaving, she slaps him on the head. And later Jivan runs away towards the boy. The boy says that I did not slap you, Jivan slapped you. Later he sees Yuna running. Then he came to the restaurant. Yuna also stops for a moment and says to herself what is that bastard doing here? How can he take money from small children? Then Jivan is talking to the owner of the restaurant and is telling him to close the door before leaving. He is here that boy came and stole your money. The old lady later talks to Jivan and talks about his marriage but Jivan says I don't want to get married. I can't ruin anyone's life by marrying them. Jiwan too. Later, he is leaving and says that the old lady can add money to him. Later, the old lady looks at the money. Later, the old lady looks at the money. She says that you don't even know how to count money. That's why no one is marrying you. Next, Simon sees Yuna who is advertising something. But Jivan is standing nearby. He sees her. Yuna is wearing a mask. A man was saying that she is a charm to him. He looks at Jivan. Ji Hwan also sees her. Later, the man removes her mask. Jivan seeing Iana, he realizes that she is the same girl. Iana runs away. Jivan is chasing her further. Iana sees that he is not chasing her but then Jivan comes in front and collides with Iana and later falls down and is unable to stand up. Later, Jivan helps her and says that you pretended to be a policeman. Are you in touch with the gang? Then he starts singing to her and asks where is the drug which was like candy. Iana says that it was not a drug. I can show you later. Iana inside the shop. The men of the shop are also coming. She comes out and tells Iana that you are not doing your work properly. Now you don't need to do all this. Then she throws her bag out. Iana also says don't do this but the nun doesn't listen to her. Vani takes pills from the bag and later eats them. Jivan was also saying don't do this. Jivan comes near her and was patting her son and later eats the pills. It falls out but one bullet got stuck in their throat. Jivan later brings water for it. Iana is looking at Jivan. Then the bullet came out and went into Jivan's throat. Next we see the boss of Miao Group who is an Aparan along with him is the general manager of Miao Company who is a Kangal and is looking at a cat and is calling it Miao. Later he is telling his man that did Jivan come inside the kelp you have taken the footage. The man was saying forgive me but I have told him. Ganji was also scolding him and saying that don't do this again. Later he sees his drugs here. Next he sees Na Jivan is also here. They are in the hospital, but she tells Jivan, have you seen the test here? They have come negative. It was not a drug. Jivan Ba is telling the man that, do you think that a man who can kill a man can't kill a woman? You stay 50 meters away from me. Hyuna also says, why should I do this? Later Jivan is screaming and Hyuna runs away from him. Next he is talking to her husband and she comes to him and asks what happened. Mayo tells the man that he went to that restaurant N3. Why did she go to the pass? Eun later says that it's because of henna. Now we see a scene from a pass where we see Eun with Mio. The two are eating ice cream and walking, but just then a delivery person passes by and he throws a card and the card comes to Eun's screen and it has Eun's name on it. Eun later comes to them and looks for Eun there, but there is no one with that name. She goes to several places in the neighborhood that have that name, but there is someone else there. Present later in the episode, Eun tells Mayo that it's been 23 years. I don't know if he's dead or alive. I would have known that he's alive. I would be very grateful. In the next episode we see the prostitute. His name is Na and he is interrogating a criminal who is pretending to be a priest. The priest later tells him, why I'm doing this. In the next episode we see the prostitute. He has a life with him and his team. He has gang members with him. He also, we were talking about today that what should be done against him. These people are also saying here that we hired him but he has become a #1 idiot. Jivan, he is also saying here that I know that people don't change but still we will give him a chance anyway. He can't get sick, but you are not different from him. You all know what kind of person you are and what crimes you have committed. Next in this he is shown who is in the prosecutor's office. A chief is also there and there is a girl also who is an officer. He is also remembering this scene. That what else did Bajara tell me? He said that I have become very lonely and all this has happened because of Jivan. Now we see this scene here that the gang is outside the jail along with himself, but all the criminals who come to Apara, they now come to Jivan and meet the next. Later this man's team also leaves him and he is left alone. Later in the present, Nu is also saying to himself that I am happy to hear his name. Next we see Seuma along with him or his employers. Seuma, they are given different tasks. Japayana, he also gets work. He has to go to the festival and promote the product first. It shows Jivan along with his team is there. Jiwan is also telling his team that we have to find Yateo. Later the team also shows him a sauce and says that this festival is going to be and we can give this sauce to these children next time everyone is going to the festival. Let's see here Eun also came to the festival and milk is promoted by the boss and Jesus. Eun is also there. She sees him and later she asks Padley who is he and they are selling the same thing. Later Lee also tells him but no one is coming on his show. Then the child threw the ball to him and he is coming to take it. Then as soon as Apna sees him, now in the end he comes to him and says that you want 100. Then he is giving it to him, but then a man comes and stops him and he says that you are a criminal. You know, no, what would you have mixed in it in the end?